Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a live coffee rant with Danno. Hope everyone is doing well. Got everything set up here, trying the live show early morning here to see how it works. Hope everybody is doing good. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Pretty excited to do a live show here on Friday early. Hoping we can catch up with some of our viewers who out of town or around the country here, around the world. So I know we all are on different times. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning to you. Ms. Rain Ray, hello to you. Hey, Eileen. Positive vibes, good morning to you. Okay. Good afternoon, Gemma. Sandra, hello. Becky, hello. Janet, hello. Okay. All right, guys. So by now, I don't know if you have watched our video where I do a little shopping at Meijer, but one thing I wanted to do, been kind of thinking about it for a little while, is go over some of these things, items in the grocery stores that we should be stocking up on right now. Guys, we got great deals. This is a time of year where if you want to save a little bit of money on food, this is the time to do it. Now, I saw the cheapest turkey prices ever at Meijer at 39 cents a pound. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I'm sorry. I'm spoiling some of it today. But, some pretty amazing things. We're finding different canned goods for 50 cents, 49 cents a can at Meijer. I saw only the corn and green beans, but somebody said in the comments that peas are also on that deal. I did not see that at our Meijer. That could vary from state to state. But it's just unbelievable, guys. Aldi is knocking it out of the park. They've got so many different deals and sales going on right now. You can't afford not to buy it. You can't afford not to buy it. It is just unbelievable what is going on right now. We didn't think these sales were going to be as good this year as they were last year. Some of them are even better. And I just trying to encourage everybody to take advantage of these deals while the opportunities are here. Now, Walmart has been having a lot of different rollback offers as well. Some people have been asking when I'm going back to Walmart. Soon. Me and Jessica have some things coming up. One thing today, Five Below just opened up right down the street from us. I don't know if we're going today or tomorrow, but we're going to visit the grand opening weekend. It's a great place to shop for toys and all kinds of other little knickknacks, for Christmas and stuff like that. So we're going to be got a bunch of holiday videos coming up. We got the Festival of Lights next week at the Cincinnati Zoo. Very excited for that. From what I hear, they are topping their new lights, or the new number. I think last year it was just over 4 million Christmas lights. This year it's supposed to be even more than that as they top it, usually by 50 to 100,000 lights. So that's going to be interesting to see. So if you're not, make sure you're subscribed down below. We got a lot of fun on the horizon. I know it's been a lot of doom and gloom in the grocery stores with some heavy price increases, but one issue we've been dealing with has been some missing products lately. Been finding a lot of things missing in the grocery stores, random things, random brands. These are things that we've been talking about, different flavors, different things that companies may be getting rid of because they're not selling as much and product is costing more money. So we'll just have to see in the future. I was kind of surprised at Kroger the other day, as most of you guys were too. Things like crackers, we didn't see any, this was bringing back some memories of, a few years ago when we were seeing saltine crackers by Nabisco completely gone. I saw one pack of the wheat version of Nabisco crackers, the saltines, and I was in utter shock as they were disappearing. And it's like, with the prices the way they are, that's the one thing you don't really expect these items to disappear. And what's not disappearing are going way up in price. Somebody brought up this simple thing like Oreos. Oreo prices are now $5.29 at Kroger. If you're not getting them on sale, and that could be the thing. They may not be able to put it on sale. And if they don't, well, then see ya, I guess. I mean, that's just the way it is. We don't, at least me and Jessica, do not overpay for things. It's like we don't really get Oreos anyway. But I'm just saying we get comments. We do a video vlog every day where, we go around and we check out different grocery prices. ways to save. We've introduced a lot of coupons into the channel where if you run into me, always ask me, hey, you got any extra coupons? Because chances are I do, because we got some viewers who've been sending coupons to our P.O. box. Thank you so much for that. But most of all, thank you to our viewers who are getting these coupons. Because people are sending quite a bunch. Shout out to one of our longtime viewers, Peg, who has been sending us a outrageous amount of coupons. But I stuff my pockets every day and I hand them out to whoever wants them, really. And people are just so grateful. They've been so grateful. I must have handed out over 100 coupons yesterday at Meijer, and there were just so many happy people. I don't bother people. I just I say, hey, you want some coupons? And then if people want them, cool. If not, I just move on. I'm not never pushy about it, because some people, I understand, it's private. You don't want people talking to you or whatever. And I've run into a couple like that, and that's fine. I kind of get a feel, I kind of get a sense, oh, okay, have a good day, but anyway, lots of people are loving the coupons. People are saving money. And you know what? It does kind of open your eyes up to what other people are doing too. Like I see people who are, like I saw a couple of people yesterday who had stacks of Meijer coupons in their hands. And I'm like, hey, you want some more? But because those people are going to be the ones who always want the coupons because they're couponing anyway. And I was very impressed. After months of being very unimpressed with Meijer, I was very impressed today. I was impressed yesterday. I was with the sales, the turkey, the canned goods, other things. Now, Kroger has an amazing deal that I know a lot of you guys are going to want to stock up on, and that is the Progressive soups. Progresso soups. They are $1.25 a can. You have to buy 8 of them or more, but it's $1.25 a can. In case you happen to miss our Kroger video, I want to make sure that you were aware of that deal going on, because that's pretty amazing. We usually see that once, maybe twice a year, where we'll see pretty good deals on Progresso and Campbell's. Campbell's are $2.50 a can at Kroger. It's not really saying much. I would wait for a better deal than that. But if you're looking to stock up on some different canned goods for the winter, cold weather's coming. Cold weather is coming. It's nice out now here in Cincinnati. It got down to 24 degrees on Monday, and now it's like 60 outside. So, if you don't like the weather in Cincinnati, just wait about 20, 30 minutes, and it'll start changing. I appreciate all you guys joining in on today's live show. I do have to keep up in regular time, and I apologize if I missed some comments. I do have the camera facing forward so that I can read the comments right here. It was a big issue last Friday or Saturday whenever we did that live show, because it makes it a lot easier when I can see everything going on here. So I don't know if it's backwards, it might be reversed or whatever. I'm just going to have to deal with it, because until I figure out how to use my Sony camera through my computer to be able to do that. But anyway, this is kind of, I don't want to say a start of something, but I do want to do more live shows in the future. And I'm kind of testing the waters here to see what times are going to be best for everybody. This live show is probably kind of hurting my Meijer video right now. I'm not concerned. I'm not really concerned with that. I'm concerned with reaching out to you guys, and in case you guys happen to miss anything that we have said throughout the last week or two. It's holiday season. Holiday season means that this is a good time. Even if you don't celebrate the holidays, even if you don't celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving or any of these holidays, you can celebrate good sales on food. And that is what's going on here. That is the key of what I'm trying to relate to you guys, is that the sales are phenomenal. Everywhere I go, the sales have been fantastic. Now, some stuff, obviously, if it's not what stores would consider a holiday item, there's not a lot of good deals going around other than the different sales of traditional holiday meals and stuff. I have noticed that as well. So, yes, Jess is working right now. But yeah, she's she knows what we're going over here. She knows what we're talking about. She feels just as much as I do, just as good as I do about getting this information out here, because we want to make sure, because we know we don't cover, all the stores that everybody has all around the world, but we try to create a vision of buying up sales when you see them and trying to make sure that you're stocking up on deals as you go along, because this is something that has saved me and Jessica thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by shopping like this over the years. A lot of people ask, how do we afford to be able to go to Disney? How do we afford to go on these trips and stuff? Well, that is how, in every other nature of our lives, in every other aspect of our life, we are saving money on everything. We stock up on things. Some people call it, I call it smart buying. Some people call it prepping. Some people, call it whatever you want. It's the way I shop. And if you shop like this, you're going to save money in the future. I understand everybody doesn't have, the ability to do that. However, if you can start small, because this is how I started. I didn't have any money when I was younger. I started small. I realized even before the everything that happened a few years ago, even years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, I learned that if I'm going to save money, I have to save money on my everyday things. I have to save money on food any way I can. If I have to sacrifice something to make it better in the future for me, I can do that because, I'm not too picky when it comes to food, but I am picky when it comes to money. And I don't feel bad in saying that because it's like I'm not going to go out there and spend $40 on a roast, right? We will wait until it's $5.99 a pound like it was at Kroger the other day, and then we may buy a couple of them and throw them in the freezer. Right? And then on that cold weather day when it's 24 degrees, we have a roast and we don't even have to think about going to the store for anything. Right? I mean, and there's ways you can kind of mix things around. I know you say, well, carrots will eventually go bad, which there's ways to extend life on any kind of produce. If you follow the steps, plenty of things to look up online of ways to preserve food and stuff like that. But we had an issue with carrots like a couple months ago. And this is another thing. It kind of avoids running into issues like this. If you guys remember, I went to Kroger about a little over a month ago, and they were completely out of carrots. And you guys were talking about carrots gone everywhere. And this is kind of the second part of what I wanted to talk about in this live show is when products go missing, well, you have it. You either have it frozen, you have canned goods of it, and then when you find the good deals of it, I know 10, 20, 30 cents doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add that up over thousands of different items, it means a big deal. Well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad because I was curious if this was going to be a bad time. I wanted to make sure that putting this out today in the morning time, I figured because it's Friday, we got a lot of people who either work third shift and you want to watch a live show. We had some interest in that the other day, and I don't know what times these are going to be. I don't know what days they're going to be. I will try to give a 20, 30-minute notice. That's usually about the only time I can give because I don't know really, putting a video out every day, guys, it's kind of like the brain just constantly ticks, constantly goes and thinks, and it's not just putting a video out every day. It's putting a vlog out every day of going somewhere. That's like if I was doing videos sitting here all the time, sure, it'd be easy. We do a live show every day, but that's not the case. That's not really we do a lot of stuff on this channel. If you're just now joining, we did get a lot of new subscribers from our last live show. So thank you so much for everybody joining. Everybody had a good time. We do usually go through comments and talk through comments. Yes, this is Jessica's craft area / war room / everything business. But yeah, she keeps it very, very festive in here. Jessica's getting all of the holiday stuff done. She has all the Christmas decorations up. I was just taking down our flower bed. If you've watched a lot of her home vlogs and stuff, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I have that thing zip tied to our balcony and finally took that off. And kudos to how thorough I am on those things because I like to never got it off of there. I had that thing so tight with those heavy gauge zip ties that I was showing you guys at Ollie's the other day. If ever I do a video at Ollie's, I don't care where in the world you are, make sure you check that out because it is one of the coolest stores to find some of the things you won't even find at like Home Depot or some other stores. Like those cable zip ties I got, 100 of them for $7. Try finding that deal. All right, let's have a little gander. Say, hey, hello, Connie. Hello, Mechanical. Yeah, Mechanical, sometimes digital coupons won't work. Usually that is an issue with the app. I've gone over a lot of different things over the years with the Kroger apps, and they keep changing, and I don't know why. One thing I will say, and I can't show you because I'm using my phone to stream here, but on your phone, if you look at the app, Kroger has done something new, which I don't like, and I don't think anybody does. I don't know why they keep changing things. I'm a firm believer if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay? But anyway, so if you get on your phone, you see the Kroger app right here, okay? So in order to get to the scanner now, in order to get to the QR code scanner for digital coupons, like if you're in the store, which I do not recommend. I recommend doing it on your laptop, tablet, even your phone at home, right? Do this at your own pace, sipping on your coffee with Frank and, clipping all these coupons. Like, just go through them all. There'll be I've been noticing they've been having a lot more lately, like 5 to 700. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. But do it during some downtime. I literally went through all of them the other day in about 20 minutes. Now, I mean, I kind of got the eye for it. I kind of, but once you get used to it, that's the easiest way to do it. But the way they got the scanner is you have to click the search. There's a search icon at the bottom that pops up when you go on the app. And then when you hit the search, then the little scanner thing will come up on the top of your phone, and then you have to click the scanner. It's one extra step, but I feel like that extra step just kind of wants you to, you just got to think in your brain like, okay, I'm going to be saving money by doing this, okay? And that's what I do because it's frustrating. And if it's frustrating me, I can only imagine how it's frustrating everybody else. It drives me nuts. I mean, and then when it doesn't work, I've tried this before, but boy, you talk about another headache. Another reason why I talk about doing this at home, okay? Because say you're on the app and it's not working at all for you. It says, could not clip coupon, could not clip coupon. Okay. Well, what has worked for me in the past, okay, and I've talked to several Kroger employees about this, and they always say, log out of the app, and then log back in. Make sure you remember your password, because if you don't, you're going to have to do that find my password thing, and you're spending an extra 10, 15 minutes logging back in. And don't be anywhere near a freezer aisle like I was one time when I was doing that, and it still wasn't connecting. I know some are better than others, but my Kroger's frozen food aisle, you gotta get away from there to get the app to work. Sometimes I wouldn't even be able to get the scanner to work on the digital coupons if there was something I forgot, which happens from time to time. But it's like I couldn't even get it to work to scan the product in the frozen aisle. I'd have to go like back by the bakery and then clip it myself, which at that point I was fine with. It was like, okay, whatever. All right. Captain Apana, good morning. Yes. Yes, Frank says good morning. Call. Gideon says, I loved the Disney vlog. Got me addicted for everything. Every morning video, LOL. Watch it while I eat breakfast. Yes, guys, I'll tell you what. As much as I love doing the grocery videos and saving money at the grocery stores, this is my lifestyle that I turned into a channel. I mean, this is my lifestyle that I added into our YouTube channel. Our original stuff was all theme parks and visiting, traveling. That was not very cost effective, though, let me tell you. But again, there's ways of bending that and saving money at that too, which me and Jessica have learned over the years. However, the adventures are coming, guys. We got a couple big adventures coming next week. Well, at least one. And we got Five Below's grand opening coming. It's at Glenway Crossing here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Opens up at Glenway Crossing. And it's open right now. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this live show right now when I should probably be there. But anyway, may go there today, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow morning. Not really sure. Sometime this weekend we're going. We've had a lot of stuff going on. We had my niece's play last night. Boy, did she kill it. She was awesome. She is a beautiful singer. Very talented niece. So if you're watching this, niece Danno, we love you, and you did really well. Yeah, Sandra, you can. it just all depends. Kroger had a like nationwide outage of like last week, I think it was, and that made a lot of employees angry who were at the registers because people were complaining that their digital coupons weren't working. Okay, and this was a huge issue. I ran into this issue myself that I didn't even talk about in the video, so we'll talk about it now. All these different coupons that wouldn't scan, and even after I went back into the app, it said app's having issues. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but app having issues. Try again later. So now you come to the point where if you don't have a piece of paper, luckily I got a pretty decent memory, but if you don't have a piece of paper, I recommend, and by this point you're probably so disgusted you just want to leave, right? I mean, I'm sure that's where a lot of people were, because it's like you have all these coupons that you can't scan, right? Now Kroger does have the piece of paper, okay, the digital coupon paper that if you walk into Kroger now, I do believe all Krogers have this now. Those are only weekly digital coupons, though. I saw in the comments earlier, somebody was talking about this. I thought we would mention it. Those coupons are only weekly digital coupons, meaning if there is a mega sales event where these digital coupons last more than a week, chances are they're not going to be on that piece of paper. So you still need to pay attention. As a matter of fact, I would recommend not even using that piece of paper. I would just do like we talk about when you're sitting at home. Clip these coupons of everything that you're going to want. If you happen to find something, that was not on there, Kroger does add things sometimes to add to the confusion. However, I mean, I'm glad they do add things, but you want to make sure that if they add something, that you either got to remember that or have it written down, right? And at that, Kroger isn't. I've found, at least at our Kroger or some other Krogers, they're not as lenient about some things as they used to be. Normally, you could just say, "Oh no, this was on the coupon," but I guess they've run into a lot of people not telling the truth. I take photographs, but the sad thing is that I do take photographs, and then they still want to go look at it to see if it's expired or not. Well, I got news for you. If it's up there, I don't care if it's expired or not. You should definitely honor the coupon. That's not my fault you didn't take it down, and I can't see the little expiration date that an ant printed on the right corner of the coupon. Okay, I can't. My vision is not great when it comes to those little teeny tiny digital coupon things. You see why I put the camera right up on it, and it's like you need like a magnifying glass, because I look at regular prices. They've made it very difficult for someone like me who is always doing the math. I'm always doing the math on all this stuff, and I look at regular prices, and I can almost tell you when a regular price is higher than what it was a month ago, that is going to be the key of what the next sales are going to be. Now, like different things that we've seen in the past, like different pasta. Okay, let's just an example. Okay, when the sale would be $1.99, when pasta's that's a bad example. Which one was it? One of them was $1.99 on sale and then went up to $2.29 on sale. I actually mentioned in the video that was a bad price, but the regular price went up, because as regular prices go up, the sale prices are going to go up as well. Now, sometimes that's not the case. Like with some of the different soups, it also depends on what time of year it is too. And that's another thing. I have found a few good deals on apples, but where are the good prices on apples? And how old are they? Because, I mean, it's like we're not finding many sales on apples right now. We saw a few sales at Meijer like a month ago, okay, when they had the 79-cent a pound apple. Let me tell you something. Those apples, my mom bought some of those, and she said that they just weren't that good. And a lot of them were like green, and it's like they had just fallen off the tree. No time to really ripen up, or some of them were hard as a rock, so I don't know. Take that for what you will, but I get my apples at Aldi. I get the Gala apples. I got them when they were $1.99, amazing deal. And they're great. They're awesome. I don't know where they're getting their apples, but they're the best I've had. Good morning, Captain Joe. Good morning, Apana. Good morning, Miss Mandy, Joy, Ray J, Warden, Tracy, hello. Janet, It's a good idea taking your calculator. You know, I ended up editing a clip out. I think I did. It was one clip from Ollie's. Did I point out those big calculators at Ollie's? I can't remember if I did or not. There was some that I had to clip out of the video because there was music playing in the background and there was like copyright stuff. So I had to edit that out. I can't. They had that big calculator. I mean, it was like that, like a nice office calculator. I should have bought it. $2.99. $2.99. I could have literally put it at the windowsill because it was solar powered and it would last forever. No batteries. But I didn't. I use my phone for my calculator, but I still think a good calculator is good to have. And to take it to the grocery store with you, it'd be nice to lay that in the little front part, the little baby carriage part of the cart. You know, lay that right there, and then, you know, add up all the deals. Add up the deals, and if it comes up wrong, then you know that something was wrong with the coupon that you probably entered that was wrong with the store and probably had nothing to do with you. Positive Vibe says, great Apple deals at Little and Food Lion. That's good. Hello, Karen from California. Hello, Warden. RC Cola 2 liters are on a 3-day sale at Dollar General, 5 for $5. Dollar General's been knocking it out of the park, guys. They've got a lot of deals. If you have a Dollar General near you, I recommend going and checking out some of the deals they've had lately. A lot of the deals that they had when they started this 3-day weekend deal, they've carried over. Like that RC Cola has been on sale actually for like 2 weeks because it was on their first weekend deal that they had, and then it carried on for a week, and then I guess now it's back on another 3-day sale. So to me, that says, well, Dollar General is worth taking a trip to any time of the week. And always remember, if you buy anything at Dollar General, anything, a pack of gum during the week, then you come back that next Saturday and you get $5 off your $25 purchase. And that is a much sweeter deal. You can also clip this coupon if you do the online thing. If you do the darn good coupon, that's what I call it, Dollar General coupons, which that's why I say darn good, because usually the coupons for Dollar General are really good and very comparable and cheaper than even Walmart. Okay. I always say Walmart. When I say cheaper than, I say Walmart because I know probably half of our channel shops at Walmart for groceries. So, you know, that's why I go there a lot. And, you know, I understand the produce and meats and all that stuff at Walmart are just stupid expensive. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's how they're able to keep everything else cheaper. I don't know. But their hamburger, yeah, you could say, well, their hamburger's cheaper. Yeah, but the quality's cheaper too. You know, I won't go into that, but. All right, Boone says our local Mart had good sales this week. It's a employee-owned store. Okay. Tyler, hello. Says, hey, Danno, always love the live shows. Also really enjoy the Aldi runs. Yes, those are my favorite. And it's my favorite this time of year, too, because there's new stuff. Maybe not new to you, but new to me. All the different German they do have a lot more new of the Chocaire chocolates coming out. A lot more. I think they've done really well in the past with Chocaire chocolate. Moser Roth, I've seen a couple new things come out with those. The prices are, you know, about the same as any other fancy candy. You're going to pay a little more. Some of them I haven't tried. Some of them I haven't tried just because they're a little pricey. And then I'll look at those, and then I'll just go get me my my peanut butter and chocolate with peanuts and the Shawgettin, however you say that. I love those that break up into little tiny squares of peanut butter deliciousness. Those are fantastic. And I like the Chocaire hazelnut too. Chocaire hazelnut bar. And it's cheaper, and you get your Chocaire chocolate, which is amazing. But they have lots of other German treats right now this time of year, and some of the holiday aisles and stuff. Usually where the here today gone tomorrow stuff is, but I've noticed our Aldi, it's like all Christmas. It is all Christmas. I bought some of those pralines, the hazelnut pralines. They're good. They're good. I love the chocolate, but some people were comparing those to the Ferrero Rocher. I think that's how you say it. The real fancy hazelnut chocolates. Those are better. The Ferreros are better. But the show care ones are good. I like the show care. If you took the show care chocolate, okay, if you took the chocolate and made that into the Ferrero Rochers, that would be epic. That would be candy of all candies. It is. Yes, I love their chocolate. I pretty much, I love chocolate. I do. I don't eat a lot of chocolate, but I like having a variety to choose from. And boy, we got so much candy left over from Halloween. I've just been handing it out to our friends and family because we're not eating it. We're not going to eat it. It's like I was kind of shocked. As most of you know, me and Jessica went to her mom and dad's to hand out candy. Well, we bought a ton of candy, and of course, since we did, we didn't get near as many kids. I think we got about 400 kids. We had about 600 pieces of candy. So we've been handing it out, though. We've been handing it out. Carol says Aldi has 99-cent Butterball turkeys from Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, I think all of them. I think they were $1.09 the last time I was there per pound. They might have went down to 99 cents. I know some people have been asking about the, I can't think of it, Apple something. The hams. Is it Apple? Appleton Farms. Appleton Farms. The hams. I didn't see any. I didn't see any at our Aldi. And if those prices, one of our longtime viewers had mentioned the other day that ham prices were pretty ridiculous. I think I had gone over one at Kroger at $1.69 a pound. Yes, $1.69 a pound, which was cheaper than the $2.49 a pound that it regularly is. But those will get very cheap as we get in closer to Christmas. So I'm hoping at least. I know I never guarantee anything anymore. However, the turkey prices are pretty amazing. If you do the M-Perks at Meijer, 39 cents a pound. Good quality turkeys. The Meijer turkeys, just as good as any other, if you ask me. And that's with the M-Perk digital coupon. But if you don't, they're still 49 cents a pound, which is cheaper than what our Kroger is selling it for right now. Kroger's cheapest price, I guess, is 59 cents a pound with the digital coupon. So I don't know. That's probably going to be the price for Kroger up until Thanksgiving. Usually they only do one more price drop after the 99 cents a pound. That's why, some people were saying wait in the comments. That's why we love, we love having all you guys in the comments talking about, all this stuff. I don't say wait in the videos usually unless I know for a fact that it's going on sale. I assume that those turkeys were going to get pretty cheap right before Thanksgiving, but I don't say that because I don't want people, because of me saying it, I don't want you to wait and then it not happen. I usually throw out there like, well, history says it's going to get cheap. However, history, it's different these days. Boone. Yeah, that's the best sale I've seen on hams, was that one we just talked about. Kroger, $1.69 a pound. That's not a great deal. It's better than regular price, but Warden has to take the dogs out. Okay, I wish I'd have seen you at Meijer. I had a bunch of dog biscuit coupons, and I could not give them away. I just couldn't. I ended up setting them down by the dog aisle. I threw a couple on the aisle, so somebody's, and that's usually what I do. If I have some I'm not able to get rid of, I'll set them next to the product, so maybe they can save a little bit. If you find it, like a little treasure hunt. Well, you're here with us right now, Phoenix, so I hope you're having a good time. It's I'll tell you, it's beautiful out here today, but it's beautiful temperatures. But the weather, I don't know, it's kind of up and down with the rain, so. Oh, they're already available at Kroger. Okay. I mean, does anybody else feel like the time is just flying by here? I swear, I don't know what it is. Like, I start asking people because I'm like, it's got to just be me. But guys, it's November 14th. It feels like just yesterday Halloween was here. I mean, time is just blowing by. And I know, it's like Jessica finished up the decorating and everything a couple days ago, which we will show some of that stuff, We'll save that for a video where I can have Jess in the video. But I just feel like it's just blowing by, and it's like Jessica, like, and I use this as kind of an example because Jessica started decorating literally the day after Halloween, and she just now got done. Now we're busy people, you know. It's not like she's doing everything all at once, but I mean, it's like time has just, it is just flying by. Christmas is going to be here before we know it. Thanksgiving's going to be here tomorrow. It feels like. I'm actually kind of glad that Thanksgiving is like the last couple days of November. I mean, it gives me a little bit more time to prepare and get ready for the feasting. I tend to work out. I tend to do a little heavy walking a few days before Thanksgiving because I eat a lot on Thanksgiving. We're eating at my mom's. We're eating at my mom's for Thanksgiving, and then we're going to Jessica's sister's house. So it is the double whammy. I'm gonna make sure that do a little sweating, sweat off a little bit, so that I can devour that turkey. I think we do turkey at my mom's, and then I think we're doing ham at my sister-in-law's. So it's a nice trade-off. It's like, okay, we turkey in the morning or turkey in the afternoon, and then ham for dinner. So it's kind of nice. Their family likes ham more than turkey. Her dad likes turkey, and Jessica will eat turkey breast, but not much of it. I'm the turkey lover. My family's the turkey lovers, which is nice because I'm always guaranteed a leg. Oh, wow. Victoria says Aldi has cranberries 99 cents a bag. Make your own cranberry sauce recipe on the bag. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I wasn't going to, but why not? So we had a viewer of ours send us a beautiful letter and a recipe for gingerbread cookies, gingerbread men. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to mess this up somehow. So yesterday I actually went over, but I didn't say anything in the Meyer video. I bought some ground ginger, and that was part of the recipe. So here at some point, I'm going to try and make the gingerbread man. And Jess was like, well, I'm going to need this. I said, no, I'm going to try it. I said, if I mess up, you can be backup, but I'm going to try it. I've never made like cookies from scratch. Well, no, okay, I've made cookies from scratch, but I don't know. I feel like that was back helping my mom or helping somebody. Like I never did it myself. I love gingerbread cookies, and apparently this recipe is like the nice soft ones. I don't want the hard ones. I don't like the little ginger snap. I do like the ginger snaps if I'm dunking them in coffee, right? But anyway. Tracy says turkey. I eat it, but it's not my thing. I prefer dressing. It's funny. I wish my family would do the cornbread dressing. I like cornbread dressing, and that's about it. I'm not a fan of stovetop either. I never have been. I don't know. I know everybody likes it. I hate stovetop. I don't like any of them. I've tried the traditional sage that everybody always talks about on the channel. The live show, you get special privileged information here about Danno. I hate stovetop dressing. I've tried it again. I tried it last night. I always try a little bit, and I'm like, I don't say nothing, right? I don't say nothing. Of course, Mama Danno is probably watching this. So, sorry, Mom. She knows. She knows I can't. Everybody else likes it, though. Everybody else, so I don't. It's never an issue. You know, make what you like. I don't have to have it. But, you know, some of the other dressings, that's why I always stress like the Meyer ones. Because the Meyer cornbread dressing, amazing. The Aldi cornbread dressing, amazing. I don't know what it is about the cornbread dressing that I like. I don't like the Pepperidge Farm one either. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I'm just not a big stuffing guy. And also, I will not eat stuffing if it is stuffed in a turkey at all. I don't trust that. I know some people know how to cook it like that, but I'm good. I've heard too many horror stories, too many nightmares of turkeys not being all the way done in certain spots, and then, you know, just I don't know. It's got to be cooked. Maybe it's a mind thing for me. I don't know, but I will not eat stuffing out of a turkey, and I will go to the outer edges of the turkey, the ones that I know is cooked fully. I'm paying attention, says love turkey ham I could live without. Well, I can live without anything, I guess, you know, but when it comes to this, why I don't eat a lot of turkey, but I do that to build myself up for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, No holds barred. It is all on turkey feast for Danno. Yeah, Sandra, we don't have, I tried it one time and I just not a dressing fan. However, I've only tried that one once and it was at a friend's Thanksgiving. So if one of our family members or if I make it one time just to try, Jessica loves dressing. So I may make it, I'll tell you a trick. Okay, now if you don't like dressing, this is what I do. Okay, because a lot of family, they want to see that you're eating everything. They want to see that you've tried everything, and I don't ever say anything. Of course, I'm blurting it out here online, so oh well. Most people know. Um, I'll take cranberries. I'll take the cranberry sauce, right, and I'll put it over said dressing. And when you eat the cranberries on top of the dressing, it adds a lot of sweetness, and then you get that texture from the dressing. And that, my friends, is if you don't like dressing, but you want to show your family that you care and make them think that you like dressing, that is a way to eat it. And I think that is the best way. My opinion. Yes, sir, repetitious. That is the one we get probably the most commented on is the chicken or the turkey. And hey, I'm not hating on anybody for loving dressing. I know it is a probably number one item. And I'll tell you what, of all places, Kroger has it the cheapest. $1.77 a box. No extra purchase required. You can walk into Kroger and say, all I need is a box of stovetop dressing for $1.77, and they will hook you up. $1.88 at Walmart. They're all on sale. $1.99 at Meijer that we just saw today. So, I mean, it's on sale everywhere. But I was shy. I was like, okay, Kroger. All right. They got their sugar. I think the sugar, what was it, 280, 289, 299, 289 at Meijer for the 4-pound bag. $2.99, I think, at Kroger still. Meijer had the gold medal flour somebody was just asking about for $3.49. It went back up in price to $4.99 at Kroger. And I know everybody doesn't have Meijer. I actually responded to a comment this morning for somebody was saying that you don't have Meijer. One of our longtime viewers from North Carolina. I don't know if you have Publix, but I usually compare a lot of things between Meijer and Publix, especially around the holidays. I know you wouldn't think this, but a lot of the prices at Meijer, especially on things like produce, because the produce, I feel like Meijer gets their produce from wherever Publix does because it's always more expensive, but the quality is amazing. Now Meijer will have some better prices, but they're at least from what I see. We have Publix, but it's about an hour drive for me, so I don't get there too much. But we got some more being built. So I hope to get to that eventually. But anyway, I usually compare because I know Publix was having some canned goods for 49 cents. At least that's what somebody said. Different canned vegetables, 49 cents. And so is Meijer. They have the stovetop for $1.09. Well, okay, so Publix has a BOGO. They do BOGO things where it's like you buy one get one free. So you're gonna buy one for a crazy amount of money for $3.99, but you'll get one free. So it's like paying $2 a box. Okay, so that's the kind of Meijer's kind of breaking away from that, which I love. If you guys watched the video this morning, you'll notice that the Meijer, it was no, I don't want to say no more. There's still a lot of products where you got to buy 4 or more to get the deal, but they've been kind of breaking away with that somewhere. You just have to buy one. Okay, I like that. I mean, because I stock up on things anyway. If I find a good deal, now this might just be me or maybe a lot of people on our channel, but um, I'll buy more anyway. So the 4 for $5 or whatever's never really a problem for me, or 4 or more get it for a certain price. Never really a problem for me. But I can understand that, if you're not going to eat all this stuff, right, you don't want to have to buy 4 of them. Well, Meijer's been kind of breaking away from that some, and I do look at Publix ads, right, even though we don't get there a lot. I look at them to compare, and when you put them side by side, it's very comparable to Meijer. Like, and I just know the quality where they're getting a lot of their stuff. How why Meijer chicken is always so good, right? Because they go through private farmers in Tennessee, no less. I think they only have one Meijer in Tennessee. Well, maybe a couple Meijer in Tennessee, but that's where they get their chicken, right? And it's like, I knew it was different. You can taste it. The quality is amazing, and it's cheap prices. How they're able to work that out, I don't know. Yes, yes, Meyer produce is pretty amazing. Obviously, Publix is too. I've gotten a lot of produce when we've been down in Florida or Tennessee from Publix, and the produce has always been fantastic. You can actually find a real tomato at Publix or Meyer sometimes. I don't know. Meyer's tomatoes around Cincinnati have been terrible this year, unless you go to like a farmer or farmer's market or Jungle Jim's International Market. Like that, they'll have good tomatoes. But boy, Kroger, even Meyer have stunk this year. I'm not gonna lie, both of them have, and we won't even go into Walmart. Although funny, I saw a really good tomato at Walmart a few months ago, and I bought it, and it was delicious. But I searched. I'm looking and looking, and oh, found that guy. I was like, I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was like, this looks all right, and I washed the heck out of it. Let's see. Jenny says Publix chocolate ice cream used to be good. I've never tried it, but I will say those black and white cookies that Publix makes are pretty amazing, and no other store compares. I've seen Kroger try to do those. I've seen Meijer try to do those. They're not getting it right. The ones at Publix are amazing. I think Publix started that. They're fantastic. They're fantastic. You know what I'm talking about? Like the cookies that have it's got like, it looks like a peace sign, but it's got the white chocolate and then the dark chocolate or milk chocolate. Sir Repetition says they will probably have it 2 for $4 next week. Victoria says Meijer gives you 10% off any fresh produce when you use your EBT card. Yes, they do. And if you didn't make it to the end of the Meijer video, Meijer is having at least the one in Cincinnati. Okay, Meijer is having a $10 off $100 purchase printed at checkout, which you can use the next week. Okay, so you can't use it anytime. You can't hold off on it. You can't wait a couple weeks. You got to use that $10 coupon the next week. So you spend $100 at Meijer this week, right? Remember, their sales goes Wednesday through Tuesday now. Okay, Wednesday through Tuesday. So that the $100, $10 coupon off $100 or $100 spent will be through next Tuesday. I think it's the 18th. Okay. And then starting that Wednesday through that next Tuesday, you can use that $10 coupon. I wish it was just $10 off a $100 purchase. I was thinking of that. I'm like, why not just, if you spend $100, you get $10 off? That means I have to come back to Meijer. They did this on purpose. You better believe it. Very sneaky. All these stores are, guys. They look at what Kroger's doing. Kroger just started that weekend sale, the 2-day weekend. They only put like 5 or 6 items on that list, but it's always something you want. It's always something that's going to drive in thousands and thousands of people. They know this, obviously, or they wouldn't do it. But now they're extending it out an extra day. I guess they're moving product, right? They're extending it out to like Monday now. I think it was last week was a 3-day sale, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And now this upcoming weekend, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, they're having a 3-day sale. Some pretty good deals, too. That coffee, the Kroger coffee is on that deal Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for $6.99. $6.99. That's the cheapest I've seen it in well over a year on sale for the Kroger. The big cans. Also, if you drink Folgers decaf, there's been some comments that some people have been not being able to find Folgers decaf. Okay? If you have trouble finding it and you have Kroger or Kroger-owned store, there have been a lot of our viewers who drink decaf that said, try the Kroger one. It tastes exactly like the Folgers. Okay? I've never had it, so I can't tell you personally, but we have had a lot of viewers that say if you drink the decaf, the Kroger one is just as good as the Folgers. And we've had several comments about that. So just throwing that out there, because Folgers is unaffordable at $15.99 a can. That is ridiculous. And what is up with Maxwell House disappearing off the shelves? Did you see all those inconvenience stickers at Kroger? What's going on with Maxwell House? And it's already reached a point where I can't imagine anybody's buying it. What happened to it? I was looking on, was there a recall on Maxwell House? I didn't find one. And I saw a bunch at Meijer, and they had it on a little bit of a sale, nothing to brag about. But Maxwell House, what is going on? All those inconvenience stickers at Kroger, and it was empty. It was empty. Like they had the big ones, the really big ones. I think there was one little smaller one. I don't know. We'll have to find out what's going on there. AJM says that's my favorite dish. Which one? Dressing? Turkey? Yes, the camera is flipped. I apologize. It's not my issue here. It's YouTube's. For some reason, something happened where if you use your front-facing camera now, it flips the picture. I tried doing it last Friday where I could have it spun around, and it made the screen look so tall and janky. Plus, I got to be able to see on here what's going on. I'm going to try and fix that. I'm trying to get back into live shows here as we go along, and once I get my computer synced up with everything, which it is, but I need to get a better camera for it because the camera on the computer stinks. It's terrible. It's fuzzy, and I don't know. I don't know why. But maybe I need to figure out a setting. I am not very technologically, with it. Joy says you switched to Koopa? Oh, yeah, I know it looks weird. Believe me. It is. When I go back and I edit the live shows after everything, it's like, oh boy. But nothing I can really do about it. I've seen YouTubers where they'll cover up the wording on their shirts and do things in the background so you can't tell, it just looks like a reverse collar. But yeah, if you watch Coffee Ranch, you obviously know the room looks reversed. Well, thank you very much, Joy. Thank you. Susan says, anyone here using Amazon Prime same day for groceries? We did until our orders just kept getting messed up. We haven't used it for a while. We haven't used Amazon Fresh, I think it is, or Amazon Prime. Now we use Amazon Prime for everything though. Christmas shopping, things that don't require quick freezing, things like that. Repetitious says they got a great deal today at Publix. They had breaded chicken strips on sale, BOGO deals, buy one, get one. But they had the wrong price label. So their policy is your get one item free. So I got two 24-ounce bags free. That is cool. Kroger used to do that. I don't know whether, I'll be honest, I don't know whether they still do or not, but every time that's ever happened with me, I've never gotten it. It's been years since Kroger's done that. All right, Castle. Jess, I think, well, she's working, but I'll tell her. And hello to you guys. Yeah, I'll go to Publix. This is a busy time of year. Usually from September or even late August all the way through Christmas. I am pretty busy with a lot of planned videos, not scripted or anything. We don't go that far. But I have things, I have kind of a schedule, and it's if I go anything over a 45-minute drive, it's kind of hard to do it. And I know some people know I go to Costco in Florence, which is still 15 minutes closer than Publix, right? And that's without traffic. But I can't do 2 videos in a day. It's just so hard, guys. It is these, now, coffee rants, there's not much editing, but, and for a lot of our new viewers, you may not understand this, but when I do a video, there's an hour or an hour and a half usually of footage. And I try my best to trim that down under 30 minutes. You notice some of our videos are 34, 35 minutes. It's just because I can only trim it down so much. There's a lot of information I want to get out there. Usually it's a lot of stuff. Most of our videos have been filled with stuff that you guys ask about. And if even if I don't get to comments, I'm still kind of skimming through them, guys. Some videos we'll get 400 or 500 comments, and it's like, whoo, So I try to skim and read what I can and respond to however many I can. That's why I say, if you comment between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern time, well, anytime between when our videos first come out, I usually try to respond for the first half hour. After that, I'm busy. I'm out doing stuff. Sometimes if I have some free time at night, I'll try to respond to some more comments. I kind of do like a overview, make sure people aren't leaving a bunch of cuss words and stuff like that in there. Good morning, Pamela. Yes, Aldi does have gift certificates now. Or they have gift cards. I just saw them. I think they started that last year. Or maybe the year before. It's been a little while. Yes. Yes. And one thing I deal with in a lot of videos is music. And I know it's a real, sometimes I try to drown it out, but sometimes it's easier for me to just get rid of the clip. Because it's like when you have "Shook Me All Night Long" playing in the background, well, YouTube's going to pick that up and, they're going to know. They're going to know. That's why I'm got to be careful with the jamming on guitar here on the live shows too, because I've had some things pop up on there. Of course I edit it out, but you're talking about hours. It's easier. And if you do a YouTube channel, let me give you a piece of advice. Okay, this is a save you a lot of time and frustration. If ever you're doing a video and you go through it, you run the checks. Okay, you run the YouTube checks, which could be your blessing or your total nightmare. Okay, and you have something that has come up. YouTube has found something in your video that they're like, it's like, oh, well, you can put it out here, but you're not going to get paid for it. Well, Danno's got to get paid. Okay, I got to get paid for this. What I do for a living. There's been new viewers ask what else I do. This is what I do, guys. This is my full-time job. Thank you all. I'm very blessed. People always ask me, this is one of them jobs where it's like, I don't even feel like it's what I love to do, right? If you love what you do, then it's not really work, is it? I love what I do. It's how I'm able to do it every day of my life. Okay. But if you're doing a clip, okay, and that comes up, and it's that YouTube gives you a bunch of options. They say you can delete it. You can make it mute. Okay, you can mute it to where that song or whatever that came up, you won't even be able to hear it. However, that processing process on YouTube could take hours and hours and hours. And for someone who puts videos out every day, that's not going to work for me. So I literally take the video down. Every video I put up, I know we have I've noticed some YouTubers on our channel right now, so this is for you. I take the video down. I literally just take it down. I mark the time that they say that clip was, and I go back in my editing software and I look where that clip was, where that came up. And of course, I'll hear the music. I'll be like, oh, I can't believe I didn't pick that up. So anyway, I will literally just take that whole clip out. I will take that whole clip out, compress it together, and then re-upload. And after that, YouTube will do its checks, and hopefully you don't have another one, right? But if you do it like this, if you do it yourself and take it off YouTube and then put it back on, okay, after you've edited it out, you're talking minutes compared to hours, okay? Because if YouTube, I don't know what it is, but their editing software to take something out is terrible. I mean, it's going to take, I'm sure it's got to does processing and all this other stuff, but it's just crazy. It's ridiculous how long it is. Hours. When I first started and I was having this happen at Kings Island or Disney World or some of these other places, I'm like, what do? I would hit it on mute. I remember me and Jessica were at Disney World and we rode that aerial ride, the Little Mermaid. And we're going through the ride, and I'm just videoing, having fun. Check this out, guys. And they're playing the Under the Sea song. Guys, I'm telling you, that took 10, 12 hours for YouTube to mute it. I put mute because I didn't want to cut the scenes. I didn't want to cut the awesomeness of the ride, right? Because Disney lets you film on most of their rides. And I took advantage of that. I'm like, I'm going to show our whole audience this stuff. So anyway, it was like I would mute one part that would take a couple hours. And then boom, like seconds later, after it would run through again, it would show you the other one and the other one and the other one. And from that day, that was a learning lesson. That was a life lesson. For one, don't leave things playing for more than like 10 or 15 seconds. I know YouTube says 30 seconds. No. If there's a music in there, I cut it up. It's like 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. That way the music's jumbled. It's not picking up like the full song. Okay. But if it does come up, and I know I'm talking way too long on this here. If it does come up, it's easier to just take it off of YouTube, right? Never publish a video right away. Always make sure you give a couple hours after you have uploaded the video. I set my videos to private until I've seen everything. That way, if I take the video down, it wasn't live and you guys are sitting there watching it, which I've made that mistake before too. But, it's a process, guys. It really is. All right. Jeffrey says, well, I don't like it. I don't like it. Hopefully, with everything going on, hopefully everybody gets their job back and gets their back pay and everything goes back to normal. But I don't know. We'll just have to see on that. Danno, are you in the playroom? Yes, I am, Bonnie. Yes, I am. All the toys, all the fun stuff. Got my Cincinnati Bengals 2023 signed football right there. Jess has her army of Squishmallows. All this stuff is all of her crafting things. Different beads. This actually says, I love USA. Some people have said, I love us. Which, yeah, I do love all of you guys. But I can't get it all on camera there. It says, I love USA. I think I got that at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, this is our awesome room. We got some Disney pens up here. Some of Jessica's ears. Some more crafting stuff. I saw you on here, Castle. What's my editing software? I have a couple. I have DaVinci Resolve on the computer, and I have one called InShot, InShot, on my phone. InShot is the easiest editing software. There is a free version. I have the paid version, but I don't know why I paid for it for life. It was like $30. I bought it like 4 years ago, and it still comes up with tons of updates. I could do all the fancy little transitions and all the fun little pops and bells and whistles that people do in their videos, but I don't know. There are a few things that I liked in the paid version, which I still use today. Makes it easier if I want to add my own music, right? The Adventures with Danno music. Oh, well, thank you, Janet. Thank you. Thank you, Tennessee girl. Melissa? Oh, yes, we got them all. So this one right here, that is the Beast. That is the Beast Squishmallow from Kings Island right here. And I rode this for the first time this summer. I actually did a video on it, not on the ride. You can't film on roller coasters at Kings Island. But I rode the Giga Coaster right here. Orion. That's the little Orion alien. I don't know if you can see. That's my little coffee sign right there. So there's Stitch. Hawaiian Stitch up here. And Jess has some cool photos back in here. There's all kinds of cool stuff. This is the cool room, guys. I mean, it's a big mess over here, so we're not going to show that. But we have the office tree right here. All right, we got a tree, I think, in every room. We got our microwave tree up. I know a lot of you guys remember. That was mine and Jessica's first tree. Our first Christmas together. I went to Walmart. Or wait a minute. Yeah, I think it was Walmart. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of room for a tree, so we just bought we call it the microwave tree now. It's like that big, but it's got a lot of Bengals stuff on it. So, let's see. Libby, hello. My playroom is for all My 7 doggy fur babies. Looking to get an 8th one. I so love dogs. I do too. I love dogs. Phoenix says, I mix equal part of Great Value coffee and with Folgers coffee, working out nicely. I've heard some people, maybe that was you. I don't know, somebody recommended that on a video one time. Said it was really good. It's the Great Value mixed with Folgers. Great Value coffee's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's going up in price too, though. It's like we saw some of these come down for a little while. Now they're just going right back up again. Well, Warden, you know, and we may do something like that in the future. We do have our Christmas card event coming up. So for the next couple months, we're going to be busy with that. How that works, if you send us a card, we send you a card. Jess the elf will be busy. We are getting ready. I haven't been to the P.O. box in a couple days, but we're doing the Christmas card. So if you send us a card, we send you a card. Just make sure to clearly put your address on there. No information will be given out on this channel over any of that. We're not going to do readings of the cards, but we will show Jessica's display of them near Christmas. Okay, so we're not going to do like shows and like go over because we get a lot. We send a lot too. So if you want to send us a card, we have our P.O. box on the channel. You can find that at the end of any video that we do in the description box. You click more underneath the video on your phone or laptop, whatever you're watching us from. The only thing you can't do that on TV, I guess. Well, maybe some of you can. But it's Adventures with Danno. P.O. Box 58585, Cincinnati, Ohio 45258. Cincinnati, Ohio 45258. And if I had Jess, she would post it on there. But we'll go over that. If you want to send us a card, don't feel obligated to. But if you do, you can. We'll send you one. If you can't afford to send a card, shoot us an email or something and leave us your address, and we'll send you one. Right? Postage is expensive. Cards are getting expensive. We understand, and we would be more than happy to send you one. Just if you don't, make sure you send us an email. And we don't need a story or anything. You just send us your email. We'll send you one. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So any mail. I know we've been getting a lot of coupons lately. One of our viewers had mentioned they might, if they want me to slow down on the coupons. No, you don't have to. But yeah, we are going to be getting really busy. And I try to dish those out as quick as I can. Does Jess have the Jess Unicorn Squishmallow? I don't think so. I'm not really sure. I don't know which all ones she has. She has a lot. A lot. AJM Costco. Oh, you're a Costco employee. Awesome. Well, I bet you've been busy with all the holiday stuff going on. Castle says, Great Value club crackers are better than club crackers. I have them with my chili. Yes. I don't know. I've never tried the Great Value, but I will. I did buy a box of the club crackers for $1.99 at Kroger the other day on a digital coupon. I haven't tried them yet, but I was like, I better get them because I have not been seeing the Ritz crackers on sale for a long time. I'm stocked on them. Well stocked. When I pay $1.99 now, when they come up $1.99, $2.49, now I buy more than I usually do. Captain says, I stash cards and never get sent. We had we're trying to find, we had like 100 and something cards and we don't know where the heck they are. I think maybe they got packed away in our storage unit or something, but we're finding some okay. Check Amazon cards. You can get a lot of cards for cheap. If you're not buying a ton of cards, we have to buy a ton because we get a lot of cards. But Ollie's Bargain Outlet, they had packs of 40 of them for $4.99, which is a decent deal if you're not buying on Amazon. Oh, that's nice, Joy. Oh, we love handmade cards. We would have kids, a lot of kids would send us drawings and stuff and different Christmas cards. We had one girl who is a artist. She would send us like she would send me pictures of like Darth Vader and different things. It was awesome, you know. I mean, it was great. You know, we have all that stuff saved away. One of these days, I'm gonna have like a big, you know. Jessica likes doing crafting and stuff. She's been putting these old ones into like books. Like she makes like sewn books of your guys' old cards, so we can just flip through them, and she'll put like different notes on them and stuff. And we won't, because sometimes like we know a lot of you guys, you know, we want to make sure that we know some of the names from over the years, so we'll jot like your name down on some of what's not, so we won't show those, right? But we want to know personally where they're coming from. We're never going to say your name, but it's like, you know, like, well, I won't say names, you know, but it's it's nice to kind of put the name to the person so that we know exactly where it came from. And then it's funny, like when you see the, I have such a kind of a photographic memory, I can almost see the handwriting and know where it came from. I mean that is a blessing, guys. I don't know how I do it. It's just my brain just takes a photo of what happened and who it was. You know, it's I don't know. It's I'm blessed with that kind of I don't know what to call it. Um, Loss of words, but it's pretty awesome. I don't want to say talent. It's just a pretty awesome thing. I hear you, Castle. You can say your name first, and then I will. Internet is melting down. Oh, come on. Forever stamps should work, but I would check to make sure that they're not collectibles. If you have stamps from years ago, there are some stamps that are very collectible. I learned this a couple years ago. We had a couple of viewers send us some stamps that were collectibles, and I remember I was going to say, should we just use these? And just said, no, 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 those are collectible stamps. I was like, oh, okay, so we put those away. But yeah, some really cool ones. Make sure you check to make sure they're not, you know, any ones that are highly sought after are collectible. And you know, it's like I'll never sell this stuff. I mean, unless it's the right price. I guess everything has a price, but uh, not for me. We that's what we Jessica invests in different Disney things. You know why? The prices never go down. I would argue that Disney stuff is highly more valuable than gold or silver because gold and silver fluctuate. Who knows about a Disney pin that ever goes down in price? I don't. Oh, so we got somebody cutting the grass. I don't know why. There is no grass. I don't know. At least he's getting a paycheck, I guess. Castle says, hello, fellow Dynamites. His name is Pat. His name is Pat. We had the pleasure of meeting Pat down in Florida on our last trip. It was really nice meeting him and his family. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We ate at one of our favorite places, the Polite Pig restaurant at Disney Springs. I know we have thousands of viewers that watch us for our adventures in Disney and all that stuff. So, if there's a restaurant that I could recommend at Disney World, at Disney Springs, or downtown Disney, as he calls it still, it used to be called downtown Disney. I think the one in California is still downtown Disney. But Disney Springs in Kissimmee, Florida, is the Polite Pig, Disney Springs. Polite Pig is a as you can imagine a pork restaurant. The pulled pork sandwich is amazing, but if you have someone else with you that you want to split with, me and Jessica have done this a lot. But they got the Polite Pig platter, which is a variety of different the pulled pork, ribs, just all kinds of stuff. I think you get a choice of two sides, but it is amazing. And we had the pleasure of meeting Pat and having lunch with them. It was an epic time. Really nice meeting him and his family. Tia from Pittsburgh. All right. Who Dey? Oh, I'm just kidding. I think we play you guys in Pittsburgh, don't we? Sunday? Don't worry. You'll win by like 1 point or something. It'll be like 52-51. Our defense can't stop anything. But hello to you. Bonnie says, giving your 5 grandkids money this year. I don't know where to get them, and they're all complaining about how expensive things are, so money it is. Hey, that's great. I know traditionally giving money or a gift card or any of this stuff is always like, because I want something for the kids to open, right? You want them to open a present, but these days it's just like, what do you get them? It's like we're dealing with that right now. Other than one of my nieces, everybody's like 10, 12, 15, 16. It's like, what do you get them? I mean, some of them like video games, and that's fine, or some of them like, it's like, I was excited to, okay, let's get into this. I was really excited to go to Five Below today. And then, it's the grand opening. I may still go, maybe after this live show. I don't know. But I started thinking, I'm thinking of all the toys. Because unless you're shopping for toys at Five Below, excuse me, because that's where they shine. That's where they shine, is the $5 and less toys. I don't know who to buy for. Because, no, I mean, they'll have other things. There's other things other than toys at Five Below. But unless you're shopping for kids that still play with toys, I don't know if Five Below, there's no hurry, right? There's no hurry to get there and get that last Spider-Man doll. You know what I'm saying? Or last Barbie or whatever they're going to have. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to go because it's a new store. People have asked, when am I going back to Ross? I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. I'm going to go to Ross. That's why I went to TJ Maxx. If you haven't seen our TJ Maxx video, check that out. If you like Christmas, if you like seeing Christmas items that you've probably never seen before in another store and you like seeing good prices on it, check that TJ Maxx video out. I know it didn't do as good as I had hoped it would. So if you haven't watched TJ Maxx, check that out. Okay, I don't know how. I've always said that I'm not very good with titles. I'm tired of using the whole shocking and unbelievable. If it fits the video, then I do use it. I do, because for one, it attracts the audience, right? Because it is how I feel, so I'm not lying, right? Shocking and unbelievable can mean two different things. Shocking in a good way, shocking in a bad way. So I always looked at it as a comparative title that everybody is seeing in the algorithm, right? But if I put TJ Maxx has massive holiday sales, this is awesome, I don't know. It doesn't seem to work. So sometimes you'll notice I'm changing titles a little bit to hopefully catch your eye. I don't really know. I had an awesome picture with me and Santa Claus looking up in the sky at the wonderful toys. I don't know. Some videos do better than others, but the ones that you want to do good are always the ones that don't do as good as you like. But if you happen to miss it, whether it's an algorithm issue or something, I did a video at TJ Maxx and it was absolutely incredible. I loved it. I was like, this is fun. This is exciting. Sam's Club, too. I did a video on Sam's Club showing all the Christmas stuff. And it could, the videos traditionally of different things that we do, it may not have done as good just because of that. I don't really know, but I don't care. I'm still going to put these videos out here because these are the videos that I love to do. The exciting ones, the more heavily spirited, exciting, fun videos. Frankenmuth, that's it. Frankenmuth. Yeah, okay. Yes, me and Jessica were talking about this the other day, and I could not think of the name of it. We do want to go there. And I don't know if it was you. We've had a couple viewers mention that place to us over the years. Is that in Missouri? I think it's Missouri or Michigan. It's begin with an M. Sandra, I think you mentioned this the other day. Postcard stamps that do not have a printed value are also Forever Stamps postcard rate. I just discovered this recently. It's good to know. Mid-Michigan is where Frankenmuth is located. Broners? Yeah, we need to go there. We need to check that out. We were going to go last year, and there was some pretty heavy snow, and I wasn't going to drive in it. But we were going to make the trip last year. There was a lot of snow last year. Leslie, hello there from Southwest Ohio. 30 minutes south of there, yeah. Castle says, need to do a quick trip video as soon as they expand there, and they will, because Quick Trip dominates. And that's Quick Trip, the grocery store, right? I know we have some Texas viewers that get confused because they have a Quick Trip gas station that is kind of like a big store. It's kind of like the Wawa of gas stations of Texas, I guess. Of course, their biggest one being Buc-ee's, right? And I need to get back to Buc-ee's because I need a pulled pork sandwich. I need some beaver nuggets. I need beaver jerky. It's not beaver jerky, but it's, their beef jerky. Oh, I love Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's. But see, even though I know everybody's saying, oh, there's one coming to Ohio, and that's all well and good, but it's like I'm almost as close to the one in Richmond, Kentucky as I am the one they're building. The one up north is in Huber Heights, which is well over an hour drive. I mean, it's probably an hour and 15, hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes in traffic. And 75 through Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky has just been insane lately. That's why I always like, if I'm going to, I don't know, I'll always choose going to Costco over Publix. Now, when they build the Publix, I think there's one going in, I think Alexandria, Kentucky, somewhere around there. When they build that one, which I think they're in the process, then I'll be going to Publix a lot more often. Yeah, I can't. Me and Jessica are planning a trip just to Buc-ee's. Not sure when we're going to be able to do that. It'd be nice to do that this weekend, honestly, because the weather's going to be nice. It's supposed to be 65 today for the high, and I think it's going to be 69 tomorrow. So, Warren says you get tons of snow. Oh, I know. Yeah, we weren't. It wasn't because it was snowing here. It was because it was snowing crazy up there. I don't mind driving in the snow as long as, well, no, I do. But I mean, if it's if it's going to be something where it's going to be a headache, like I just can look at the forecast and know that even the snowplows are going to have trouble with this, I don't even think about it. And that's what the issue was. It was like you guys were getting like feet and feet of snow, and it's like I know Michigan is probably number one in the world for plowing snow, right? Probably number one or high on that list. Um, but I when it's several inches every day, I was like, because I mean it's not that far of a drive, really, for us to Frankenmouth, however you say. I think it's Frankenmuth, ain't it? That's about a 3.5, 4 hour drive without traffic. So, straight through up 75, and I think you cut over. Is it 80 or 90, or the turnpike up there? I think it is. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've driven to Michigan, but it's not really that far. 4 hour drive, the most, probably. Mid to upper 50s. Well, yeah, you are a little further north. I'll take 50s. Just leave them 20-degree days for February or something. All right, guys. Well, I was on a lot longer than I expected to be, but I wanted to test out this early live show with you guys. Thank you all so much for joining. If you haven't checked out the Meyer video, even if you don't have a Meyer, I would check it out. If you, like I was saying to one of our viewers earlier today, I think it was Pamela. Yes, it was, because you said from North Carolina you don't have Meyer. Meyer is only in, I think, 5 states. There's a couple in Tennessee, a couple in Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan. Michigan is where Meyer is from, and then Wisconsin. Wisconsin has a couple. I know I couldn't think of that 5th state, and someone said no, Wisconsin doesn't. I actually found a couple that are in Wisconsin. So it's 5 states. I know it doesn't cover a lot of ground, but it is one that we compare to Publix. So if you have a Publix, check out some of the different things we go over at Meyer, because a lot of the stuff is the same, other than the BOGO deals that Publix has. But when it comes to quality on produce and things like that, different meat quality, stuff like that, Publix and Meyer I've always considered to be very close. So, all right, guys. Yeah, have a great weekend. Who knows? We may be live at some other point this weekend. I want to do live shows out there and about, too. I need to get a gimbal. right? To where I can take the phone and go mobile, right? Go on the road. We used to do this at Disney and stuff back when I had the gimbal I had was a cheaper version that could not hold my phone today. This Samsung phone is pretty heavy. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much. Have a great weekend. We'll have something out for you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. See you guys.